Hello everyone, and this is my presentation of the value of telepresence to the CMO by Doug Dean. This is for my Sims 345 class at USC Upstate given by Dr. Ruth. First off, we're going to talk about the benefits of telepresence to the CMO. First thing we have listed here is the reduction of travel costs by 20% in the next 6 months. We're hoping that the reduction of travel cost saving, the money now will be saving money for the future. This money can be allocated to different things, including money for telepresence, so that the CMO can reach a greater audience, which is one of his main concerns. Also, another important factor we have listed here is to improve our market segmentation by 10% in the next 12 months. What we're looking at doing with this is in the rural communities, they account for around 20% of the market share. We want to expand it in these markets so that we can increase our market segmentation. Last but not least, we want to grow the company's market share in the rural communities by up to 15% in the next 24 months. So just as we mentioned, if we go into the rural communities, we are going to grow our market segmentation, and it should also increase our market share. So exactly what can telepresence do? First off, we will start with productivity. Productivity can be improved by collaborating with other facilities. So production can be improved from less time traveling and working with other facilities, as we just mentioned, on things such as problem solving. Another benefit of telepresence would be research findings can be shared. So these findings can be shared on any kind of research that is done over different facilities in a more efficient manner. Also, we have care can be extended to patients remotely, improving healthcare access and timeliness. So what telepresence does is it allows us to reach areas that may have been unattainable before. So with this new technology, we can reach out to areas that couldn't receive such quality health care before. And we can do this in an efficient, timely manner. Resources can be scaled across multiple locations. So anything to do with resources can be done in a more efficient manner across different hospitals or facilities across our network that we are working with. Also, meetings can take place on a regular basis to streamline product strategies and sourcing negotiations. So the CMO is definitely looking at strategies because one of his key focuses is the future of the company. So he's looking at a lot of things to do with strategizing for the future of the company. So, case study. We went and did a case study with a group called Georgia Partnership for Telehealth, which is GTP. They work with communities across the state of Georgia. They also have participation of more than 125 specialists and healthcare providers representing over 40 fields in the healthcare industry. GTP provided rural communities with greater access to quality care. So the rural communities represent, as we talked about earlier, about 20% of America's population, but a little known fact may be that less than 10% of physicians practice in these communities. So GTP was also able to use telepresence and allow for a reduction in travel costs. So what they did was they minimized travel with telepresence by enabling meetings to happen at the facility without having to go anywhere. And that also enabled busy physicians to see more patients in a less amount of time. Right now, what we're going to do is take a look at a quick video. Thank you.
One of the strategic ways that we use video technologies is we're using telepresence, for example. We're also finding that we're doing a lot more in the way of video webcasting to be able to communicate quickly to our employees, our key management, so that we can disperse the information very quickly. When we started to implement telepresence. I saw an evolution take place in the way that people used telepresence and the way that we were getting business done. When telepresence was first introduced, it was very much static meetings. But what we're starting to see, though, is this new thread that's taking place where it's becoming more around high-performance teams. So, for example, we can now be able to recruit people from any geography, and somebody can manage a high-performance team regardless of where the people are. And we're using it a lot in our strategic planning. So we're seeing a lot of use when we have important strategy sessions, strategy planning sessions, and even when we're doing something as important as an acquisition. I see the next direction being a lot more in the area of collaboration. We have a lot of interest internally from our engineers, our developers, who want to use telepresence, but they don't want to sit in that chair. No, they want to get up out of the chairs. They want to be collaborating and working with others on the whiteboard. The healthcare industry today is very focused on being able to respond faster, make process improvements. So within the way that we're looking at healthcare, for example, we're trying to build technology into the system so that we can remove some of the human latency. I see that this is going to allow us to shorten that cycle to be able to have not only improved healthcare, but improved service to the patients as well. Telepresence itself is a technology. It is not going to replace travel on its own, that it has to be done in conjunction with policies, management policies. It has to be done with the proper communication. Well, now the network is a real-time application, so it's really making us rethink our entire architecture and our entire roadmap to be more real-time. So this is telepresence in its current form is only just the beginning. This is going to grow into a much larger application for the business. It's going to become part of the training fabric. It is going to become part of the communication and collaboration fabric. So this is something that has to be thought of as a train that is just now leaving the station and it's building up steam. So I think it's the key takeaway is don't build the network and don't think of this as just for today, that really be planning for the future.
So, hope you enjoyed that video and hope above all it was beneficial to you. So now, how can the CMO help with this? How can he help with the implementation of telepresence? First thing is it can deliver the message of telepresence to the public in an effort to meet objectives. So delivering the message is a responsibility of the CMO, and delivering this message can also meet the objectives of reducing such things as travel cost and expanding into new markets. Another thing a CMO can do is engage with people through telepresence in an effort to increase market share. So working with people or other facilities can improve the company's market share. Also, allocating advertising money and executing the advertising to support the rural market, as we've mentioned in previous slides before, the rural market is an open environment, and working within this market can also help the CMO by increasing market segmentation and market share increases. Now let's review the project benefits. First, we talked about a reduction of travel costs by 20% in the next 6 months. We also talked about improving our market segmentation by 10% in the next 12 months. And thirdly, we talked about growing the company's market share in the rural communities by up to 15% in the next 24 months. So the big question here is, can you support the implementation of telepresence? Hopefully you can, and we can get started with this project right away. Thank you so much for your time.